Alright, so based on the DXY from the last publish, we I did identify how I was expecting price to reaccumulate from this, to redistribute from this position and then drop, or probably we continue pushing up because of the party in office based on history. Right now, we do see how last week or week before, we see how this guy rejected on lower time frame but continued pushing up. And we did identify on the on the weekly time frame perspective, we have two area looking at the previous price action. We're looking at these areas, like we're looking at probably we get a reaccumulation from this imbalance and then we continue, or we come deep into this potential area for redistribution and we continue to upside. And like we can see here, we came into this imbalance here, we filled this imbalance, and then we did accumulate and we continued pushing up. Looking at the daily time frame as well, you can see how we came into that zone, right? You can see where how this was previous high, previous low, then the current higher high. You can see how price did tap into that high, into that previous high, more like a support or a resistance, either which, and then we started accumulating. And you can see how when price was coming, it was coming in this bearish counter trend, and now we see how we've broken this bearish counter trend. So personally speaking, I'm expecting it to continue pushing up to capture all of this external liquidity right here. I just say it's continuing to capture this external liquidity right here. And looking at the 4 hour, you can see how on lower time frame we did accumulate. Let's see on 1 hour precisely. You can see how we broke the structure here. Broke the structure here. We accumulated, we did re-accumulate out of that position there when price came into that zone. We did re-accumulate out of that position there. Potential area for reaccumulation. You can see how price came back into that zone and then started accumulating rather. I think this was last week. So price continued all the way up. Now, what do I expect now? Two things that I'm expecting is either looking at this 4 hour time frame, the fact that we've accumulated out of that zone already, right? And we've broken daily time frame counter trend structure. I'll be expecting a revisit into that area. So broke the structure here. So I'll be expecting a revisit into this potential area here. I'll be expecting a revisit into this potential area for accumulation. Now I like the fact that on the 4 hour, right, you can see how it took out these highs. But this was the breakup structure for the 4 hour. So I'll be expecting price to probably tap into these zones here. You can see that was the last push down, potential area for the accumulation. And then I like the fact that we have this imbalance here sitting right on top of that internal liquidity as it were. Okay. So this to me seems to be imbalance. This to me seems to be internal liquidity. So if price can come back into this area, price can come back into this area, then capture this low, then I'll be expecting it to continue all the way up to capture external liquidity. And of course, it can decide to just continue all the way up, probably say do a little retracement and then continue pushing up. But basically for me, I might just want it to come down to capture this internal liquidity and then push. Now the opposite of this happens to the euro US dollar. As you can see, same thing we had on the euro USD. We had that descending channel that I spoke about. If you remember, you can just reference to the previous market mentorship. So we had this descending channel that has been created over the year. You can see how this is so beautiful. We have this previous higher low, this previous higher high. Price came back, swept, oh sorry, came into that imbalance there, tapped the open of that daily IC and then started dropping. So personally speaking, I expect this as well to take this external liquidity that is sitting here to continue that bearish channel. Looking at the daily time frame, you can see how we had this on the daily, we had this previous high and then previous low. Price came into that potential area like you can see, and now we've broken this daily structure. So the same thing applies. I'll be expecting I'll be expecting a revisitation into that place, probably to sweep this internal liquidity here. The only beautiful thing about this is the fact that we don't have an imbalance here. We don't have an imbalance. The only imbalance I'm seeing here is this place. But this to me seems to be internal liquidity, which is why I don't think I might want to play this imbalance. I'll expect it to take out this liquidity here and then re-accumulate, or sorry, redistribute. It seems to be equal. Alright, so money is sitting right there. So I'm expecting that. But looking at it, let's keep looking. Alright, on the 2 hour, I can identify this IP here. So this is 3 hours. Okay. 3 hours having that little IPA as well. So probably let's say I'm expecting it to come here and redistribute, but that's low probability. But I think I'm more good with it coming into this space and then redistributing. Okay, so that will be that for EU, and then GU probably the same. Yeah, GU, you can see how price came into that potential area that we had and then started redistributing, breaking down this trend line that I see. You can see how price broke that trend line, kind of retapped it and then continued all the way down. So probably I'll be expecting this as well to give me a revisitation into this area, probably here, and then continue all the way down. So potential area for distribution. Okay, I'll be that for that. Okay, now indices, say Nasdaq. Now for Nasdaq, I feel this guy will continue pushing down. I do feel it's going to continue pushing down to capture these lows here. Let's capture those lows. But first, trying to identify something. Because, yeah, exactly. I do see this liquidity here that my highs is at. I do see this liquidity liquidity that I really want price to capture. Say equals, yeah. So yeah, price did come into this area. You can see price is coming to this imbalance here are distributed. So price did come into the IPA and then started reaccumulating or distributing. We had distributions above the highs, right? Let me see that on the 1 hour. So we did capture all of these major highs and then we redistributed, like you can see, and then we came back and the price continued pushing down. The only thing that gives me some little concern is the fact that on the daily time frame, like you can see here, we did break the structure to the upside. We did break the structure to the upside. So it is very possible that price from where we are now, price reaccumulates to continue that bullish structure. I do like this imbalance I see here. Yeah. So it's possible we accumulate from here, but I'm really low probability on it. I'm seeing reaccumulation. I feel this guy is just going to continue. But if it wants to buy, then probably I do see us buying from this potential area here. So the only problem is I don't like all of this price action when we were accumulating to the upside. Yep. Yeah. So I do want I do want to see some evidence here, probably get a lower time frame district accumulation out of that area before I can say I want to buy at all. Yeah, that'll be that for that. Seeing GA becomes another pair I wish to look at. Yeah, GA looking at it from the daily time frame. I would like to say use another GA because of my markups on this. Let's see for let's see for the investor. Alright. So GA you can see let's start from the weekly. You can see how GA swept some major liquidity. Some major liquidity but in the process of sweeping those liquidity created liquidity as well. You can see this. Created this liquidity that I have a feeling we're going to come to take now. We call it here. But while we're doing that, you can see this seems to me like say low and then the high and price came into this right and then distributed. So I do see this continuing to the downside. So looking at the daily time frame, I expect us to get this daily break. But I think we have a 4 hour break. Not yet. We don't have a 4 hour break as well yet, but we do have a 1 hour break. Like you can see here, we have this 1 hour break here. So I'm expecting price to probably revisit this area and then distributing out of these areas here. Okay. So for GA, I'm just being patient to see what happened and say expecting a break of structure here. That's the first thing for me to say I want to sell to capture those liquidity there. And if that is not going to happen, I just see a lot of money sitting right up here. I see a lot of money sitting hanging in right up here. I see a lot of money sitting and hanging right up here. Copper is there. So aside that, I see this imbalance here. I see this imbalance that it is very possible price comes into this imbalance and then accumulate. So probably we get this, or probably we get this break and then we visit and then we dump. So I'm just keeping an open mind to see either which is going to happen because I do like the fact that there is this last push down here. So I'm just being open to see what happens on the on that asset. Another pair I want to look at. I have 5 more minutes for this train. Let me just look. Let me quickly do a scan through. Okay, I like GN. I like the fact that GM broke already. You can see how GM broke that structure there. I really like the fact that GM broke the structure here. GM broke the structure here. We had this breaker structure. So it's possible I get revisitation. Let's see 2 hours. Probably get some more context. Okay, yeah. Probably I get some revisitation into this last push up. The only reason why I don't like it is the fact that we have so many choppy price action in all of this place. So probably we get previous day that high swept and then we accumulate, we distribute above that high. Okay, okay. I do like this imbalance I see here. I do like this imbalance I see here. Yeah. So it's possible I get this week. So probably price pop off into this place and then dumps that I'm expecting for GN. And if going to dump, probably dump right down into this IPA here. Probably dump down into that IPA there. I just see that happening. So USDCHF. USDCHF, I just see this guy continue to pump to the upside from what I've been looking at for weeks now. So I do expect them to come and sweep this liquidity here. I see how they tapped into this IPA here. They tap into this IPA here and leaving another IPA. So this was the previous IPA, leaving another IPA there. Okay. So now that we have taken out all of these highs, then I'll be expecting. Okay, I'm coming. Let's see, 2 hours. There was something that I saw that was so beautiful for me. Yeah, I just see how I love the way we swept this liquidity here and then we accumulated. I love the way we swept this liquidity and then we accumulated and then we had this. I was expecting price to pop down during the NFP, but we didn't get that accumulation. So I'll be looking at this if I can get this. But from what I'm saying now, took out these highs using intraday external liquidity. So I do see us coming down. So that'll be that from me. I do hope we have a great trading week. Cheers and make sure you don't blow your account. Bye.